Hello folks, this is another one of my archive videos shot way back in July 2021. Not long had the VFR 1200X and I think it was my first really long ride on the bike. This is just part of a film. I was out filming all day, so I've got lots of video from this time. But today, let's have a look at the route. So you can see once again it's the Central East Scotland. There's Dundee there, there's Perth, and we're down in this area in Perthshire. Once again, it's not far from Glen. I did a video of going through Glen. Did that a couple of months ago, did it with one of my friends, John. So this video is a route that I took over the hills coming out of Dunning. So Dunning is just southwest of Perth. You can see Perth up there and there's Dunning. That's the main route to the west, to the Glasgow and so on. Right, let's have a look at the route itself. You can see the route that we take. It's very picturesque. There's a lovely little turn here. You don't really get to see how sharp and deep that one is, and I can tell you, on my first long ride on a big bike like the VFR, yeah, heart in the mouth times, just a little bit, because I wasn't really up to speed with the VFR. My ride actually started in Dunning, but the video starts up here on the hill. It's a fairly short one, about 14 minutes or so. I hope you enjoy. Right, let's get to it. Right, here we are here. As I mentioned earlier, my ride had come up via Dunning. I had absolutely no idea where I was going. I was looking at the sat-nav on the bike, the TomTom, and I was just having a look to see what was interesting roads. So I got to the top of the hill. This is the start of this video, just to have a look at the scenery, which was lovely. So you'll see me here, very gingerly taking the VFR off of the grip. There we are. Get the parking brake off, you dummy. There we go. Like I say, this is the first time I've taken the bike out on any kind of run, certainly on less than perfect roads, and away we went. I had no idea where I was going up here, of course, but I soon found a lovely little road, very quiet. I think I meet one or two cars and maybe another guy on a bike further down. I've watched this video for a couple of weeks. So we head up. We end up in some really picturesque roads. This is crying out for drones, of course. And we are 40 mile an hour. I want to know why it's not 70 mile an hour. Here we go. So a bit of an adventure. A new bike of only a couple of weeks old. First long ride, and here I am going up to some really narrow and what turns out to be an interesting dip and bend. It was all fine though. The road ends up eventually down in Glenfarg. As I record this voiceover, which is 16th of January, I was out in the VFR today, first time in 2023, and I did intend using that footage for the video on this coming Friday, but the audio wasn't great. It was really poor. I'll need to look at that again. That's with the Drift XL Pro. I just didn't capture it very well. So reverted back to some of my archive footage. Very good archive footage it is. It's not quite a hidden gem because it's a reasonable busy road with traffic on it, and it's not a dead end or a loop like the Ballintor Road. There's a little road takes you up to the forestry on the right there. I'm taking that beast up there. The ride today that I had, I went from Dundee to Arbroath, up to Montrose, back across to Brecon and back down to buy the motorbike, wee wave. And by the time I was finished, which was a couple of hours worth of riding, about 69 miles, oh, I was Baltic. It was freezing. And I had plenty of layers on, but it was like the tips of my toes and the tips of my fingers. But it was fine. Motorcycling YouTube videos, the motor vlogs, there's been few and far between, or at least the ones that I'm interested in. Been watching the All Year Motorcyclist. He's been churning them out. Good oh, thank goodness for the chappy. I would have nothing to watch. Lanes Explorer, he's been showcasing these lovely Hunter, which is great. I was in the Royal Enfield dealer on Saturday. I think it dropped on Saturday afternoon, and they had 3 all sold grey ones, and I was astounded at the finish on them. Absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't sit on them because they were sold, but no doubt when they get one in, I might get a go on one. Lovely little bikes, but too close to my Royal Enfield Classic 350 to be considered. Not at this time anyway. So here we are, trundling down this interesting little road. I think the weather was pretty good that day in terms of temperature. It was 20-21. So very, very pleasant for riding. There's a view for you. So back on YouTube videos, there's been a lot of videos made about upcoming bikes, and I can't believe how people are forming opinions on these things without even getting to ride them. So the Honda Transalp, I've seen videos where say that people are making statements saying it's going to be a failure because of this, that and the next thing. Honda's missed a chance, and why don't you just wait until you see the bike and get a ride on it and see what you think. There we go, we're going down to the right now. I wasn't sure where to go here, so I slowed down and have a look. You can see Glenfarg's only 6 miles down the road. So I'm pondering, and I know I don't want to go back up the way, because that's going to take us back towards the road that I came down on to Dunnan. So let's just pick our way down here. And I'm glad I did, even with that lovely little corner that I've mentioned. Great riding road. You can see it coming up, look how it doubles back on itself. Now you don't get the steepness here, but believe me, this is a very steep corner. I was like, oops. Yeah, there we go. I've come the other way on the NC750. I did that just during autumn time, before winter time, and the idiot with the camera thought he was recording it, but no, I had, when I thought I switched it on, I had not. I came down that road there to the right. So the cameras have never really let me down, the DJI ones that is. It's just operator error. When I used to work for BT, I was a system engineer, and you've got no idea. I'll tell you this quick story. It's not with BT, it was in another job. I was managing a fairly large network, voice, data, video, and I got a call from the service desk saying the video conferencing in Dundee wasn't working. Could I go and have a look? So off I went, and there was one of my guys working on it, starting to pull it to bits to try and find out what was wrong with it. And this is true, this is absolutely true. So the people who went in to use the video conferencing, it was a big thing, big dual screen, they reported that it wasn't working. They sat down at the table and didn't realise they actually had to switch the thing on and the telly on. So there was nothing wrong with it. They were just, I don't know, words fail me. I could really say what I was thinking, but imagine going into a room to use some equipment, video conferencing equipment, and not switching the TV or the video unit on. They just expected it to be on and working. Yeah, lovely. Anyway, that was a kind of fun that I used to experience in my working life. All behind me now. Motorbikes, the names of the games just now. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And this YouTube lark, I've been releasing a video now for just about, well, every week, end of November, right through, and I've still got some to come. That'll certainly take us to the end of January, and we'll see what happens after that. But I'm enjoying it, enjoying the comments, enjoying the chat, the social side of it. It's good fun. So here we are, we're heading down. And still we're getting some lovely roads to ride on. So I think the only thing I've seen so far on this road is a motorcycle, and I don't think I see a car further down. So for the chaps who watch my videos that are from Perthshire and Fife, these are roads you need to come and try, gents. I should have brought my drone and put them up, but I'm always saying that. I just get carried away with the riding, and what I really need to do is start to think about stopping and get some pictures and videos. The VFR is an absolute terrific bike. Absolutely love riding it. It's pretty top heavy, so you've got to learn how to manage that weight, but once you do, you get a bit of confidence, it pays you back in spades. And only by riding it on roads like this that you can get that confidence, I suppose. Because any bike can be ridden on a dual carriageway. fast road. This is where it tests your skill, I think. Okay, I think we're coming towards the end. I'm going to park up on the corner here, short of Glenfarg. Hopefully it's filled another 15 minutes of YouTube viewage for you, whilst we're waiting on all these vloggers getting out and about when the weather gets better. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you later. Cheerio!